Hey, what's up everyone? William here with the AR15.com YouTube channel. So today we're going to do a body armor test, and I have to admit this is probably the most excited I've been to do a body armor test in quite a while. This is a HighCom Security RSTP plate. This is a SAPI medium plate. You can see the data manufacturer, and then the threat level here is special, and they've got the calibers listed. Standalone plate, so it's not in conjunction with anything, and it's a M80 ball, M43, 762x39, and then they've got M855 and M193. So the first thing to note importantly here is that I'm going to shoot this with a round that it's not rated for. It's not designed to stop, and it's not rated for, but we'll get to that in just a second. This is a ceramic composite plate, so it's got a ceramic strike face, and then it's backed with some sort of a polyethylene material. Really good curvature to it. You can see there both directions. It's curved really well. It is not heavy. I'm not sure if you guys can tell by the way that I'm handling it with one hand, but it is not heavy. So in my opinion, on paper, this is the best sort of looking armor plate that I've seen. The weight, the protection level, and the thickness, I think, are just right. I think it's just in the sweet spot. So that's why I'm very excited to put it up against two of the most difficult rounds to stop. M193, really tough on armor. Not so much on the PE stuff. Typically this is really hard on steel, but these fast 5.56 rounds are still really hard on pretty much all kinds of body armor. And then we've got M855A1. So this is a steel tip. This is the standard ball round for the military now, and this stuff is really hard to stop. It is no joke. So we're gonna try both of those against this plate, probably minimum 2 rounds each. I did bring a 308 as well since it's on the list, but since the plate is actually rated for that, it's really the M855A1 that I'm excited about here. In my opinion, if it can stop that, it's a really tough, really solid plate. Like I said though, it's not intended, it's not tested against that round, so we're kind of going to learn something new today. So it's more than a level 3 plate because it's got the 5.56 rounds on there, but it's not quite a level 4. It doesn't have the weight that comes along with a level 4 plate either. Those tend to be pretty heavy, at least if they're any reasonable price. 16-inch AR-15 today. We may want to come back to a longer barrel in the future, but seeing as how this is kind of the most common combo that you see in the United States right now, we're going to stick to the 16-inch for today's testing. We've got our human analog there in the background, and the punching bag does surprisingly well at providing a backing so that this doesn't just get caved in and all bent out of shape, but not something that's too hard that, you know, a person's butt, like putting up against a brick wall or whatever. We'll go ahead and strap the armor plate to the punching bag, and we'll do at least 2 shots of each of these on the plate, and then hopefully I got some room left, and I'll try and put one of the 308s on there, which will kind of speak volumes too. If it stops all this 5.56 and then we hit it with the 308 last and it still stops that, that'll be even more impressive. So let me go ahead and get the plate set up, and we'll take some shots. There you can see the 2 hits from the M855A1, and unfortunately both of them punched clean through. There's the exit hole for both of them. Like I said, just to reiterate, this plate is not rated or tested for M855A1, and it is a really nasty round. I had high hopes. I really thought this thing had a chance of stopping it, but it did not. So let's try the M193 next, and then hopefully we still have some room on there for the 308. All right, so I did a quick inspection of the M193 shots, and they look good, so I went ahead and shot the 308 ones while the plate was still down there, and I figured I'd just bring it up and we'll talk about them. So these 2 here are the M855A1s. The first M193 shot that I took was here. The second one was too low and kind of skipped off the edge of the plate, so I put another one here in between them. So if you look at those top 3, these are the 2 M193 rounds that actually hit the plate square, and then that one sort of like I said, skimmed off the edge or whatever, but stopped both rounds of M193, no problem. We have 1 and 2 308 hits. So we'll flip that over, and you can see the back face deformation is more significant from the 308 over the 5.56. You get a pretty big bump here and an even bigger bump here, but no penetration, and looks pretty good. So true to typical HighCom fashion, when you stay within the rating of the plate, you don't have any trouble. Kind of thought, being that it had a ceramic strike face, that it would stop the M855A1, but you know, sometimes that's why you have to test it. Also, if you guys want to see another test with this RSTP plate on my YouTube channel, it's called the Wound Channel. I'm going to do another one with some Russian sort of equivalents of these rounds. I'm going to use some 5.45 and some 7.62x3.9 and do another test. So I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go over and check that out if you want to. And I really appreciate you watching the ARFCOM YouTube channel, and I will see you next time.